What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. If you're new here, I'm Jordan, and I am talking about my journey through pregnancy and into motherhood, just some of my things that I've learned, my experience. I do things a little more natural, granola. So if that interests you, stick around. Go ahead and like and subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss a thing. So today I am 27 weeks. We're gonna show the bump today. You guys know what that means. That means we are in the last week of the second trimester. So here we go. Definitely am getting thicker. So this week, since it is the final week of the second trimester, I thought I would share my experience through my first and second trimesters, give you a rundown of everything that's happened, everything that I've done. It is countdown time. 12 more weeks, right? 13 more weeks from now. My husband has this app. It's called Hey Daddy. I'll link that below if you guys have husbands, boyfriends, whatever who want to follow along. But it gives them a daily update. It follows along from my estimated due date and gives them a daily update of things. And the other day it said, from here on out, I'll gain 1 pound a week. So that's, 12, 13 more pounds. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so today I'm gonna be using my Promptly journals. My friend told me about this, and this was before anyone knew I was pregnant. She actually was filling hers out at work for her kid. And this journal is great. Let me tell you, if you're pregnant, get one. So first, it does a family tree, handprints, footprints, but then it has prompts for your first trimester through pregnancy, and so you can write it out so you don't forget these things. Because I'm sure if I wasn't doing this journal and doing this YouTube now through the thick of it, there's details that I'll forget, and I just like having this to cherish forever and then eventually pass on to him so he can read about his life. And so it does the first and second trimester. And once your baby's born, it does from birth and then each month up until a year and then each year. And it asks you prompts and questions through each one. I would recommend getting this if you're not pregnant. This is definitely a great baby shower gift. So I'm gonna be using this to just kind of jog my memory of things. August 12th, I found out I'm pregnant. Obviously, I'm not going to go into that story because I have another video for that. So if you haven't checked that out, go and do that so you can be caught up. When you find out you're pregnant, that urgency. Well, I toured the birth centers, like I talked about in my previous video. I got my 12-week appointment scheduled, but that wasn't going to be until October 7th. With that urgency of, I got to do something, I'm pregnant, and just with this situation, I wanted to be for sure. They have a elective ultrasound place called Tiny Blessings, and I looked up on there, and you can get an 8-week ultrasound just to check things out for, I think it's 30 bucks. So I scheduled that. On September 9th, we went and did that 8-week ultrasound. We got to see our little bean, really is what he looked like. He was there. He had a heartbeat. It was great. It was strong. Everything looked good and healthy. And I will insert a clip of that.
It's right here.
Oh my God.
So there's the baby's head right here. And this little flicker is baby's heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yes. And then this little circle, that's called the yolk sac. That's where the baby's getting the nutrients for right now. And eventually it'll turn into the placenta.
Okay, cool.
Around week 12, it'll disappear.
So it's just one
Yeah. I already sweat.
So that really just made it 100% real for me, seeing it, knowing, okay, not that the 7 positive pregnancy test didn't, but it was just, you know, connecting it, seeing it made it really real. Also, at that 8-week time, we did a blood test because we knew since we didn't have insurance, we weren't going to get any ultrasounds until the 20-week appointment. Tim had to know the gender right away. So I saw this ad on Facebook, you know, Facebook being creepy into knowing my life. So giving me ads for these kinds of things. But it gave me an ad for this sneak peek blood test, and you could send your blood sample and they would send back an email about the gender. Like, is this legit? Well, I actually met with my friend and she had done it and it was right. I went ahead and ordered it. That blood test was $60, which I'll link their website below too. So you do a little finger prick, get some blood in a tube, send it off. It goes to California, and in a few days, ours took like 3 or 4 days, they emailed me back the results. And I'll post their little clip of their email here. So we found out that it was a boy at 8 weeks, so we were so excited. And then a few weeks later, 2 weeks later, so I'm like 10 weeks, I got together with my family, just my close family, my sister, my best friend, Tim's sister, and my parents, and we met at this restaurant called Roosevelt, and we revealed the gender to them, so that was really fun. Everyone was so excited. Tip, if you're on a tight time limit, because I had worked the day before, if you're in a pinch, here's a easy way to do this gender reveal. So what we did is we just went and bought some vanilla cupcakes. So they were all white, and then we bought some of that blue icing, and I just did some squiggles on the top of them. So that was so fun. If you need a quick gender reveal, but you don't want to have a separate party for that, that's an idea you could do. October 7th comes. We have our 12-week appointment. So then we go to listen to the heartbeat, and she couldn't find the heartbeat. You'll find out why here as we move along. She can hear the heartbeat with the Doppler, so she did have a little ultrasound that hooked up to an iPad. She did that so we could see it, and I'll insert this clip here. It was really cool. We got to see the heartbeat and see how much he had grown from that 8-week ultrasound.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it looks like it's fake. Oh.
Oh, wow.
It is really.
He is.
Oh, it just turned its back to its little spine.
So don't look at me.
So we did all that. About 15 weeks, so I just have this because it said any special moments in this journal. So October 28th, I had a dream of the birth. This is what I wrote. It was beautiful and easy. I remember hearing it only took 40 minutes. So, you know, it's like I'm holding him and I hear in the background like how quick it was. You were healthy and it was perfect. I am praying all this over you. I actually have had 2 dreams about birth, and then being like pretty much similar, very easy, quick, exciting. So I'm sending all those vibes to my real birth. I am praying that over myself and my baby. I will say, so my first trimester up to about 16 weeks or so, I was sick to my stomach, literally all the time. Yeah, just sick to my stomach, nothing being appetizing, really turned off by food. So no craving, no crazy cravings or anything like that. I'm a regular worker, outer, exerciser, athlete, whatever you want to call it. And I did nothing for those like 3 months. I just had no will because I was just sick to my stomach all the time. But 16 weeks, that turned around. It's like overnight, stopped happening. Praise the Lord for that. From then on, I've been feeling great. Really not much symptoms of anything. No cravings, no crazy, nothing. Just feeling pretty good. On November 30th, we did our 20-week ultrasound. We found out he's healthy. We got to look over all his organs, his brain, his heart. Everything looks great. He for sure is a boy. I knew the blood test said that he was a boy from 8 weeks, but I was still like, you know, skeptical. Like, well, you know, maybe I did something wrong and it got some male DNA in it. Because they do say for that test, like, really clean your surface area, your faucet, everything. So there's no male DNA that could contaminate it. Since I read that, I was like, well, you know, what if I didn't clean it good enough? So I was just like, I think it's accurate, but 20 weeks will know for sure. I'll insert a clip of the 20-week ultrasound.
So here's a leg, and that's his third leg.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right. There's a little hand up there, and here's kind of going across the face.
He's just kind of chilling
See
right
where
now.
the eye
isn't he?
sockets are, yeah.
Which this is our last ultrasound. So we don't get to see what he looks like until he's born. I could obviously go do one of those elective ones, but personally, I don't want to radiate my baby any more than necessary. I mean, so I'm just gonna hold off, and it's just gonna be a beautiful surprise when he's born to look at him and see what he looks like. At the 20-week ultrasound, everything was healthy, great, beautiful. He's for sure a boy. He weighed in at 13 ounces, which is great. I feel like my midwife said normal was a little less and maybe he's a little bigger. So I'm hoping for a chunky baby, but you know, not too big. Me personally, I had gained 10 pounds. I have notes in here that I wrote him on December 4th. So I'm 20 weeks and 5 days when I wrote this. Tim and I decided to go vegan. So we've been vegan for almost 2 months now. Yeah, almost 2 full months now. And honestly, it's like one of the best decisions that we've ever done. One, we're eating way better. The food tastes better and we feel better in our body. And yeah, it's great. I think he's loving it. He's healthy. Before I got pregnant, I was actually vegetarian, and I was vegetarian the first, I'd say, month or two of being pregnant. But then it was hard, you know, when you have a partner who's a meat eater and then you're a vegetarian. It was just hard to coordinate foods and dinners, and plus we were eating out a lot at the time. So I was like, okay, whatever, we're gonna go back to HelloFresh. We'll get the meat kind. So I ate like probably a month and a half. I did have meat, and it was just like, oh, why am I doing this again? But you know, for love and for convenience, I guess. But then Tim found a documentary and we watched it, and what the hell, watch it. So for health purposes, and we went vegan, and it has been the best thing. So if you're interested in all that, let me know and I can make a video about it. Also, at our 20-week appointment, the ultrasound, I found out that I have an anterior placenta. So I thought I was maybe feeling some movements earlier on, probably around 16, 18 weeks, which I made a Facebook post about this zapping. Come to find out, I'm gonna admit my faults. Come to find out by one of my books, Mama Natural, which I'll link that below. That was, I guess, my pelvis and placenta like growing, and not necessarily him. So I don't know. Around 20 weeks, 5 days, I felt like movement, like where I could know, like, okay, that's him for sure. And then it was so cool. December 18th, which is Tim's mom's birthday. So I'm 22, almost 23 weeks. Tim felt him kick, and it was just the most special thing. and he's been kicking up a storm since last night. Tim was holding my belly and he was kicking hard. So it's just really cool to feel and experience that and connect, you know, like you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know, it's just very cool. January 6th, we had our 25-week appointment, and that was, you know, it was just normal. Listen to heart rate, talk. She gave me information on my next appointment is going to be that gestational diabetes test. But praise the Lord, they don't do that that nasty sugary pregnancy drink that's everybody knows about. That has like 50 million sugars. That's like eating like a whole entire pie, and who's gonna do that? If that were the case, like I would refuse that test because that's just absurd in my opinion. Luckily they do this screening with just grapefruit juice. So see this person here and the midwife thing and special, like it is everything perfect for me. At my 25-week appointment, I found out that I've gained 16 pounds, which honestly, I was kind of shocked, but I guess the proof is in the pudding that we ain't slowing down anytime soon. But yeah, so that's the first and second trimester, my experience, my symptoms. Luckily, like it's been pretty easy going, pretty smooth sailing. Come on, third trimester, be good to me. If you like this video and you want to support my channel, just give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and be sure to hit that bell. Well, I'll catch you guys next week, same time, same place.